Coming up on this episode.
The bluetti is maintaining its charge and it's powering the Starlink and the fridge.
Oh, wow. See, I can get a little brush.
So guess what my job is? Yep, you guessed it. It's okay. That's neat.
I think I'm gonna header this off and stick it in here. I'll have to restructure it a little bit, but
Is that the best for you?
I think so.
So we decided that we'd put a little live edge wood. I don't know if you can see the edge. The edge is here in the cabin. We're starting to do a few more things for the cabin now to try and make it nice. And so we're going to stain it this morning. I think that's really pretty. It's a nice piece. We just got them at Home Depot. Oh, no. Ryan.
It's not worked.
Are you sure? Oh, no. Coming back on the trip, it was outside in the water, and it got a tiny bit stained. And now it looks as though it's warped, but Ryan says it's just the ground. That makes sense, because I'm looking, the ground doesn't look level. Oh, no.
No, I'll get it so that's playing.
Honey, it looks like it is warped.
It's not.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. So it's our little project. Oh, that looks nice.
Oh,
Oh.
no, hold the wood. The wood. Hold it up. Ah, thank you.
Oh, dear. Wow, that's a pretty one. Oh, look it. I like that one with the light vein that goes all the way through.
Just gonna sand this edge here.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the difference.
The wet.
Nope. It's more of a texture.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, that'll be fun to have inside as a little countertop. We don't have a kitchen in the tiny cabin, but we did have a makeshift type shelf that Ryan put up, just a piece of plywood, but it's been really helpful. And then we saw this piece sitting in Home Depot and thought, wow, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
So it is going to be nice. Now it's just to find the stain that we bought when we were on our trip. It's hard to breathe with this. Must be painful for you guys to hear it.
Everything gets so dusty.
Yeah, it's unreal, isn't it? We'd really like to bring in more of this gravel and put it down here.
Hopefully we can find a gravel pit on the island.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other day. We'd love to find an actual gravel pit on the island. That would be so much fun. Who knows? There's a lot of gravel pits around on the shore and the mainland. So we're like, why couldn't it be here too? And it's clear that there is some. I just don't know how much. Like just around the corner here. That's a lot of gravel. Now, my sense is that the birds may have brought this gravel in years ago, 75, 80 years ago when they were building here. That's what I think happened, but we don't know for sure. We've got lots of treasures in these. The mosquito just got me. Oh, no. Is the bluetti working at all today?
It's powering everything.
No, I mean on its own though, with the sun.
Yeah, it's powering everything with the sun right now.
But I thought that it... Really?
Yeah.
I thought that it was juiced up because of the generator.
It has about 40%, on the generator, and it's maintaining its charge with the sun.
Okay,
And it's
interesting.
powering the fridge and the Starlink, and that's it. That's all it can do.
The bluetti is maintaining its charge, and it's powering the Starlink and the fridge, but it can't power anything else because it can only get so many watts because of the smoke.
Normally the bluetti can charge and keep up with our power demands throughout the day on a sunny day, but not today. It's only drawing it's only generating 50 or 60 watts right now because of all the smog.
And how much does it normally generate?
About 150 to 200.
Oh my word. Wow.
I can't wait to get power hooked up.
This is going to be a fun time. It's all sanded now. He's just finished it. And it's ready to go. So we're going to get ready to go. We're going to stain our counter, gloves. And this is the product that we're using. We went into Home Depot and they suggested that we use butcher block. It's an oil, isn't it? And a finish, actually. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to use these staining pads to actually
apply the stain.
There we go. Okay, so we're going to open the stain. Use these little... Oh, wow.
See, I can get a little brush.
I think it's okay. I'll just pour it in little bits and starts.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Let's start up. Okay, here goes. Yikes. Should we actually be pouring this?
Give it a go.
Eek.
In the middle, so it doesn't roll off the edge. Okay. Wow, that looks nice, huh?
Oh, does that ever look beautiful? Oh, look at it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll give you some more.
Okay. Oh dear, I can't keep up.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I think you're doing great, honey.
Oh my goodness, is this ever pretty? Wow.
So it brings out the wood.
If we had known this, we had no idea, did we? I wonder if it's just supposed to be with the grain or something like that.
Oh yeah. Just the grain. Got a little bit of spot you missed down here.
Okay. Oh wow, there's so much poured in here, okay?
That looks nice, honey.
This is, isn't it nicer than we thought?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, let me move this out of the way so you can do the edge there.
Here we go.
This looks really nice.
Oh my word, this is so beautiful. This is going to be really nice, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, 6 hours? Did you put the timer on?
Yeah. Wow, that looks really nice.
I think this is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's nice.
What a difference, hey?
Yeah.
This is how it turned out. Considering how we started, that's not bad, is it? I like that white area on the front.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I can't wait to see it inside. Those are some of our storage bins there. Those are our shelves. That's where we keep a lot of our stuff. Today, Ryan is going to do some wiring. So we're really excited about this. Whoa.
going to be putting in a 4-way switch. Is this my hat?
Yeah? No, it's mine. How can you tell? When it's perched on the top of your head like that,
It feels like it's fit for a deer. I don't know how you can pack all those brains in such a small head.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be wiring a 4-way switch.
Mm-hmm.
And that requires 3-wire as well as regular wire.
Okay.
Come up through there and then down to that. So I gotta come up through that there. And up. I gotta stand on something so I can go up through there.
Okay, you have a little stool there.
Whereabouts?
Right beside your bed.
This one here.
There you go. Be careful though, that's very fidgety.
Yeah, they are quite flimsy. I think I'm putting one foot on it. One foot. I just have to do the same thing over there. Which I will do later. So we can clean all this up now. Put the bed back.
So guess what my job is? Yep, you guessed it. It's okay. It's okay. There was a lot of debris from that. Whew. So being out here without power, except a generator, from time to time, and our solar system, which is very minimal. It's a bluetti. It's good, but it's just minimal. We try to charge our things up, but it's it's an ongoing circus all the time. So it's just a matter of using it the best way that we can, and I thought that a vacuum was a good thing for that, just because a broom will sweep up all the little tiny dust, and this will actually get the sawdust up right at the core of it. So I'll finish this up. Okay, so there's no. Does it fit anywhere?
It'll fit in here.
Oh, okay.
That means this has to move. Because it won't fit in here. It's off by just a hair. That's where I want it to go, though.
Yeah. Is there any way you could do a little groove or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a better spot for it.
So that's a big thing there. What is that exactly?
This is a load center. This is where all our power is going to come through. So it's going to come from the batteries, actually from the inverter to here. The solar panels power the batteries. The inverter converts the DC power that the batteries are to usable AC. This is alternating current. Batteries are direct current. So this is 120 volts. Batteries is 48 volts.
Oh, wow.
I'm thinking I should, well, maybe I can just header this off. I'll have to restructure this a tiny bit.
Maybe because you want it to,
I want it in here.
yeah, you don't want it to stick out of the wall at all.
Well, it'll look like this when it's done.
Oh, wow.
So the wall will come up beside it.
Yeah. And
then
that's nicer,
there'll be
isn't it?
Yeah, there'll be a cover, right?
Yeah. That is nicer. I agree.
I just don't know where.
What about if we were to just put it there?
Kind of a goofy spot for it.
Yeah.
We could.
And then we could always cover it with something like a picture. Or like,
Or just move this over.
or under the table. And we just know where to go and get it.
Under the table's not a bad idea.
Because then we know where it is, but nobody else does.
Oh boy.
Nope.
I wonder if it'll fit beside here.
And then you don't see it at all, but we know where it is. The things that you have to do when you're in a tiny cabin with limited space.
That won't work, honey.
No?
Because we won't be able to open the door. Because the table's not tall enough.
Well, this isn't going to be lasting. We're going to build stuff, remember?
That's true.
We're going to build a nice little center here that's all going to be kind of built-ins. And this little picnic table that we've got now is going to be gone. Like I'd say a lot of what we've got going on in this cabin is going to be built in. We're probably going to begin with, we had considered having built-in benches right there. But we won't be able to do that now because we're going to move this fireplace over. And so that...
There really isn't enough room.
No, and there's not quite enough room. And with our little tiny mini kitchen here, it's not enough room here either.
I think this is the best spot for the panel. Right here.
Right there? But then how are you going to put it in?
Well, what I'll do...
Look at all the...
What I'll do is I'll chop this.
Chaos in here again.
I'll just chop this out. And then I'll put another piece in here.
How will you chop it?
I've got
Do you mean one of those saws?
I've got one of those saws that can go in there.
Oh dear. But then that's a load-bearing wall.
This is not load bearing. This is. And that is. This is the filler wall.
But that's a filler wall.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to ruin the filler wall.
I don't think we'd ruin it.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I noticed that above the window we don't have any of that seal, that blue seal stuff.
No, you don't really need it, right? But this isn't done.
That's not done, no.
No, this was done with...
We were in a panic state to get that put in.
It was silly. That whole day was silly.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I thought that's where that little cupboard was going to go. That we just bought just for right beside, because we have, I think, 36 inches of a little thing up top. Where would we put that then?
Why don't I put this here then? I just don't like working on it down low.
Yeah.
I like having it up at the right height.
Well, you know what then? Maybe we should just put it up and move your shelf. Use that one. Maybe that's the best idea.
The other thing I can do is
What about putting it behind where the clothes are? Over there. Behind it. So that you'll have to get in there, but that's okay. And then you just push them aside and we never see it.
are the clothes going to be there because you're putting on that great big counter?
The clothes will be partially there, but I'll use part of that counter for other things other than the little kitchen. I'll use that for, to put my other things on underneath the
we
clothes.
have to think like tiny cabin.
Yeah. Tiny cabin. Tiny cabin mindset.
Tiny cabin mindset means it can go here.
Okay. And then we'll just put like a little door over it or something.
Well, it comes with a door, honey.
No, I mean a door to camouflage it.
What I don't like about this
Is there's a...
is there's no room to get your wires in.
Can it be outside facing the back? With a door on it and...
I don't know if it's rated for outside. It might be.
Oh, honey, I didn't see that you were starting to pull the wire. You're starting to pull the wire. This looks like a real place now. That's neat.
I think I'm gonna header this off and stick it in here. I'll have to restructure it a little bit, but
Is that the best for you?
I think so. I just need room all around it, you know, because these knockouts, you have to be able to get in there with your...
So how will that work then? How does it work in a normal house?
You have more room. Typically what it does is it sits flush and this is sticking out.
Oh.
Or like in a basement or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or if it's built in, this wouldn't be here and you'd have all this room, right? To get into the sides and from underneath and above.
But that's a load-bearing wall, so we can't do that.
I can if I restructure this a little bit.
So you take that one, cut that one piece, and then put two beside on the...
Yeah, I can header it off and I can put another one in here and...
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but...
Safety first.
I think we want to do this...
The right way.
properly. So this will have to come off and this will have to come off and then
Oh dear.
I'll chop this.
Will the ceiling be safe?
Oh yeah. Ceiling will be
That's
safe.
probably a good idea then. I mean, what do I know? But it just seems like it might be.
Well,
Because see all those outside, those have to be popped out. The wires have to go in. So it just wouldn't work with only one. We need that whole space, right?
yeah, and I like the service coming in the back.
Mm-hmm. This is like it's a big ordeal.
This piece is, yeah. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to remove this, remove this, remove this,
Eek. Not the whole thing. You're just going to cut a piece out of
put a
it.
header across it,
Okay.
put a header down here. This, and this is going to come out. And
Oh,
then
dear.
we'll have room here to mount the box.
And then this is going to come down.
No, it won't. Okay.
Right, honey?
Yeah, it's hard to do this in 2 square feet. I'm going to start passing you some stuff, okay, honey?
Well, that was an epic brainstorming session. But the good news is, we have a plan.
Wow, that battery case is heavy.
So I'll cut out a stud, do a little restructuring, and that way I'll be able to install the panel with room to work on it.
About a tiny cabin.
I'm really looking forward to having proper power points installed in this cabin.
Oh, these are the hinges for my...
Currently, we are running 4 little LED lights that we are connecting to our portable bluetti power station. The bluetti is a great little solar power station, but it really is only good for small loads like LED lights, charging phones, that kind of thing. Sure, it will run the small bar fridge and Starlink during the day when there's lots of sun, but at night, the small battery limits our options, and that's when we find ourselves asking, hey honey, do we have anything in the fridge that will spoil overnight? Or do we need to have the fridge on, or can we have the internet?
I like trying to help, but I'm learning a lot from him. He's coming. We just discovered why he can never ever hear me when I'm speaking. It's because his ears have gotten bad after years of doing things that are loud and hurt them. I just won't take that chance in my building career.
Connecting the main solar power will be a total game changer for us. We will have all the power we want and more. This will put an end to musical extension cords that we continue to trip over inside the cabin. It will also mean no more cooking outside. Melody will love that. And best of all, no more running the generator every time we use the incinerator toilet. Now this part will be a little tricky.
Careful. Oh no.
I have to remove this stud without breaking the exterior sheathing.
Okay.
Thankfully, I have a tool that will make quick work of this whole stud removal business.
Now,
And just like that, she gone.
see, honey?
Uh-huh.
Not much here. So, I mean, it'll be, I'll just have to make a note of it, and then, because we're going to have rain screen and stuff, so that'll create a space, and
Yeah, so it'll be okay if they're sticking out.
it'll be okay if they're sticking out temporarily, because we'll deal with it.
There's so much more to this than I thought.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's not just snapping a couple of things in place.
Nope. I mean, it would make sense when you think it out that it would be this kind of situation, but I think I'd like to learn how to do this.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, wiring and putting in power, that's kind of an amazing thing to be able to learn.
So if I do it about there, it doesn't matter what I need. I don't want to go more than 2 feet, so I'm going to put another one in there.
That's way better, eh? That's way better, eh? To be able to have that much space in between.
Oh yeah.
So now it makes anything doable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Why do you not want more than 2 feet? Why do they?
Because that's code. Okay.
I guess that's a good enough reason.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking, Ryan? Is that the coating on this pipe, maybe that's why we're getting smoke now, because maybe that coating was so that we wouldn't get smoke. The coating on that pipe, and I washed it all off.
It just chemically changed because of the heat. 49. I'll be right back. Yeah, there's no way that coating. Oh, there's a smoke preventer.
So this is what I mean. The other day, I noticed that there were marks on, see where it looks more matte above there? Like just a finger mark. And so I went to rub it off. And then as I was rubbing, we just got more and more. So now that bottom is what the pipe looks like. And the top is like the paint that was on it. So we can't quite figure out what's going on there. The last few times that we had a little fire in here, it started to smoke. Anyways, I'm not sure why that happened, but I don't really like that too much.
A lot more thought and planning goes into wiring than you might think, especially when you have to consider how the interior space might evolve over time. You really must do your best to account for any unforeseen eventualities, and that is not an easy thing to do.
Nice job. That's way better. Hey? That just worked out perfectly.
It might seem that this additional stud is a waste of effort, but building codes are there for a reason, and I, for one, will not intentionally compromise the integrity of our living space just to save a little time.
Okay, the wiring has begun. Look at that. Heading over to that box.
Oh boy. Cut that a tiny bit short. That's okay.
What do you do when that happens?
Just wire it. Just won't have a lot of room to play with, but I can do it.
Wow.
I'd say the day went okay, all things considered. After all, we are still planning as we build. We started building this tiny cabin out of necessity because we needed to get out of the weather in a hurry. But believe me when I tell you, this is the slow way of building. We are literally winging it the whole time. But like I always say, why do things once when you can always do it twice for double the effort? One thing is for sure, the next cabin we build will be completely planned out before I nail anything together. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please support us by clicking the thumbs up icon on YouTube. We invite you to also subscribe and click the bell. You'll be notified when we upload new content. Please invite your friends and family to come along too. Bye for now.